Hello everyone and welcome back to the Ukir Tribe, and I hope you guys are ready to really start shaking up this family tree because I am so excited! We have finally pinpointed the creatures whose genetics should hopefully blend in those precious prehistoric genes, and we have figured out how to very rapidly and very quickly designate quite a few members of the family to basically behaving like a tribe of locusts, tearing across this island, gathering every resource they can before we get ready to move on. And you know, the more I thought about it, the more I realized that Wendila, like with Wendia over here and then Lakila when she was alive, I think they instilled such a sense of having to gather up resources to their offspring. And because they were both armored bodied creatures who have a lot of boldness and they just kind of do whatever they want, not in a really snotty way, just, you know, I mean, when you don't have anything to fear, you become a lot more ambitious with a lot of things you do in life. But I think because of that trait, that sense of just being able to move forward, not have to worry about anything, not have to be overly cautious, they've never really had the tribe reach the point of starvation. I think that they have instilled a sense of basically overindulgence to the entire tribe. So I think what we're going to see is a lot of the Ukir tribe kind of moves across each island like a herd of locust buffalo, tearing apart all of the nuts, gathering up all of the berry bushes they can, gathering up all of the grasses that they can, and then when there's not enough food left over, they just move on to the next island. With some of our other tribes, we had a lot of struggling to balance the resources oh so carefully and to tend after everything. But I think what we may see is that in this tribe, as we finish fully exploring an area and gathering up all of the grasses from it, they may end up destroying the bushes as they leave because they would think, oh, I should just grab this last bush. When will I come back? And that seems like a very Ukir tribe sort of thing to do. So I think that's a theme that you're going to see in the Ukir tribe, and they're going to tear apart this island, just take everything that they want, and they're not really going to think about it as like their land. They're a very nomadic tribe. They always have been. They're very adventurous, and they're very determined not to settle here. Everybody's attention is kind of set into the future and wandering back to the snowy lands they belong in. So on that note, the only creature I think who would care about kind of sticking around the area is probably Tria, and that's because she has become one of our tree-obsessed creatures. She's in love with this tree. This is her tree. She loves watching all of the fish kind of swim by. If only I had a creature with fishing skill, by the way. Look at all of this. We have got koi fish. We have got normal fish. This river is just packed full, and I don't have a single fishing skill point in the entire tribe. So all we can do is just like admire the pretty fish. I think that koi fish is dead though. Yes! Dead clown koi! Alright, well, I think Tria will go ahead and grab that. That'll be some good food. That's a lot of good food, actually. And we'll go ahead and grab this dead one. Nice! And then everybody who's not breeders are going to be dedicated to gathering up the resources. Like I mentioned, that little tribe of locusts, just kind of gathering and taking what they want. They don't really think beyond that. As long as there's something to collect, they'd stick in the area. And as soon as there isn't, they would move on and start gathering other resources. All right, Amor, he'll gather those up. Let's see. We just survived a predator attack over here. I think Tata is feeling pretty proud of himself. Let's see. And Zakir, can you find anything, gather anything? There's a mole hiding over here. Do you have some attack? He has a little bit of attack. Maybe he can help out with that mole. Then we've got Trickster Tata, who's nibbling on some of these berry bushes. And let's see. We've also got Meme. But yeah, my goal is to really scooch us off this island pretty quickly, which means focusing on the genetics pretty hard. So what we're going to be doing, I'm going to move him over here again. What we're going to be doing is just having everybody who's not a breeder. Whoop. All right, be careful, Katie. You've got some leeches coming for you, and the closest to help is Amor. Would he want a romance? Maybe. He might potentially want a romance out of that situation. They might actually have an armored-bodied child with Mamutfoot, so that might be worth it. But because we really want to get a move on, I know a lot of you guys are eager to explore the other snowy areas, find the last hidden genes, then what we'll do is we'll just really quickly move. There we go. There we go. All of the creatures who we know are just gathering resources, like little Anakin What was it? Some of you guys were like coming up in the comments last time. Anakin Mammoth Walker or something like that. Anakin Walker Foot or something. It was adorable. But he's going to gather up some of the clams and just stay nearby, kind of play. He's very, very fond of sticking with the tribe like his mother was. And now we have freed ourselves to focus on those who are going to be breeding up the very, very precious genetics. Ianthi, we're going to scooch you over, my little friend. Oh, and watching him scooch over reminds me we do have a webbed foot problem. Thank you guys for letting me know about that. I'm going to put the bigger hind legs as one of the main traits that we really want to start seeing more often, because that webbed foot issue is going to really mess us up. And I actually think, let's see, diggers. Do we have runner's leg otherwise? All right, we've got runner's leg, but we need to get rid of those webbed hind legs for sure. Thank you guys for mentioning that to me. I hadn't been paying attention because I was so focused on the prehistoric genes instead. All right, well, Yelena's best bet for having a mate is actually going to be little Taurus, and he's not old enough yet. So Yelena will focus on, let's see, she can help out with gathering grasses and kind of preparing for her own nest site. And Ruki actually has a really good chance once Ezek grows up, and he can actually repair this little nest if he wants to show that he can be quite helpful too. And he can come over here and help to gather up, not from the cactus, but gather this grass. But Ruki might also be good. Yeah, her best bet for having the creatures we're looking for is going to be Ezek. But otherwise, she could mate with Alik, and they might have at least a child with like the recessive traits. So, or I should say the inactive. Yeah, there we go. And yeah, because I've been calling him inactive and dominant, but the fact is they don't really list as recessive and dominant genes. They just list as active and inactive. So I can't actually say for sure how the genetics would work, just that we may be really unlucky with not having some creatures display the ones we were going for sometimes. So we've had some comments lately about Punnett squares. I promise I know how to use those, you guys. But the thing is, I don't think they apply in this situation because I'm not sure exactly what kind of weight each gene has just yet. So should I go ahead and have Ruki try to have a child with Alik, or should I wait until Ruki can have a baby with Ezek? Let's see. I think I'll go ahead and wait until she can have a child with Ezek, because we're going to get a lot more out of that relationship. All right, she can come back here and she can gather up some grasses till little Ezek is grown up. We've got a lot of creatures waiting on Ezek to grow up. All right, and Shadow, am I going to have him and Azula have another child? You know what? I think I'll go ahead and let them have one more child. Uh-oh. There we go. Nice big pregnant belly. And he can kind of like hang out and help. Oop, there's a root right there. Help gather up roots and kind of help keep this area lit up. He can actually move pretty quickly, so he might be able to do some resource collecting on the edges in between the breeding sessions. And now it's going to be really interesting because I really want to see the rest of our tribe take over the island like a bunch of locusts, while we focus on having some really healthy and beautiful babies right at the center plane here. So let's go ahead and see what Azula's next child is going to be. Just really quickly to refresh in case I'm going too quickly, because sometimes I get a little excited and do, and it makes some people a little flustered. Who's A? Dang it! Ruki, is that you? Ruki, did you lose? No, that's not Ruki. Oh my gosh. I think that's this little one up here. No, sweetie, you lost your name and I don't remember what it was. Oh, I'm just gonna have to name you Bata now. I'm just gonna name her Bata, one of the names off the list. And she's been renamed. I guess she wanted a new identity and a new life, so she has given herself a new name. All right, and Azula so far has had, let's go to the mutation menu. Sorry if I seem a little excited. I'm just really ready to move on, but I know we have to be respectful of the stories we have going on too. Azula has had Dazila, Ianthi, and Dracino so far, and she's had all of them with, let's see, where is your mate? Azula. Oh, I guess I need to come over here. She's had all of them with Shadow. So far we're getting fully armored bodied creatures who do have inactive Hammertail. I've been calling it recessive. That's probably inappropriate, and that explains why everybody's been getting pretty confused. All right, so let's see what her next baby with Shadow is going to be. Are you ready, Azula? You've been such a good mother. Like a little empress. Whoa! That's new! Oh my! I think that she's very proud of herself right now. Because Azula is quite the little fighter. How did you end up with a child with poison fangs? Oh my gosh. And unfortunately, we missed the armored body, but that's different. It kind of reminds me of Black Rose, actually. Oh my gosh. Her daughter really does remind me a lot of Black Rose. I need to find one of the names that you guys have given me that actually, let's see, something that has to do with plants. There was somebody who mentioned a ton of plant names, and this definitely seems like a good situation to pull some of those out. Oh gosh, you know, when I said there were hundreds of names, I really meant there were hundreds of names. All right, you know, I can't find the plant names, but let's go ahead. I mean, I see one named Buttercup, but I don't think, other than her eyes, this creature looks much like a buttercup. So we're going to name her Rain, which is a name we've used in some of our past tribes. And I think Azula is quite startled to have a little poison-fanged creature. But we'll have to see. Not quite what I was going for, but that's okay. Taurus grew up! Eric grew up! Okay, awesome! Oh no. Bata, you just managed to get yourself a new identity, and then who comes along to start messing with you? So rude. Everybody has webbed hind legs back here. You guys are not helping the situation. Let's see. Can I get him over here to help out? Let's see. And then Bata does not have the ability to protect herself from this carnivore, unfortunately. Can Amor work his way over? I mean, he would have to claw his way through... I don't think he'd hear it because he would have to claw his way through the grasses to get over there. That's what I mean by the whole family is going to just start being pretty much like locusts, because they'll clear away the grass, thinking that they're working towards trying to create the resources that they were told to by their matriarchs. All right, we'll just have to take care of that predator as we can. All right, Janeway, you can come over here, help clear stuff out. All right, we'll gather up some food really quickly. The thing is, I don't feel like this family would get very flustered very often about predators. They probably should. Just the more dominant leaders of the family forget that not everybody is as squishy resistant as they are. All right, this tree doesn't seem like a very healthy tree lately. It's only been dropping a couple nuts at a time. Oh, and Raiju finally passed away. I'm gonna miss that little old man. He fathered so many wonderful children and took good care of his mate. All right, so we'll handle that predator. Not too worried about that. Let's see. And Taurus, you've grown up. Oh, I'm so excited to see what your babies are going to be like. Okay. And then let's see. Ianthi, you're old enough that you can jump down here and gather up those grasses. Anakin, I think he would start scooching around. Oh, there's some more clams. He'd be really happy to dig up some clams, but stick by the family, I think. There's a bird overhead about to eat our baby. So I think Alik is going to prevent that. And he has, oh my gosh, the bird was just about to eat this child. I am so sorry, Dazila, especially because a lot of you guys pointed out that Dazila would actually make a really good mate for Draceno. They are blood siblings, but they have opposing immunity genes, and they happen to have, they would definitely have armored-bodied children, which would be A+, and they may even have some hammer-tailed children. There's a chance that they possibly could, which would also be A+. All right, let's see. No more dead koi fish, much to Tria's dismay. I think she was very excited about that. Her sister can help her gather up. Talia can gather up a ton of these nuts with her, though, which makes her happy. And then Zuko, I think, is going to continue. Oh, he found a berry bush. Continue his wandering. All right, Nalik will stay by, guard the baby. And then I think Draceno, we'll move him over here, and he can work on gathering up these berries and digging up any roots. And Azik has finally grown up too. Yes. All right. So Azik is going to be one of our power couples, actually with Azula. So Azik and Azula should hopefully have some good babies. But Azik and Ruki actually should have one of the best combinations, I think. All right. So let's get Ruki down here. Come on, Ruki. All right. You're going to jump into the nest. Azik is going to come over and woo you. Oh yay, that didn't take too long at all. I was really worried it was going to take a little bit longer. No roots nearby for him. Yelena, her best bet is to take Taurus as a mate. And there's a good chance that they could have a pretty interesting child. So I think Taurus is going to scooch over here. He's of age. Oh, there we go. All right, so Yelena and Ruki are going to try having some children, going for those prehistoric genes now. And I'm actually thinking maybe once Stracino becomes old enough, we might move on, but I think we want to work towards about 400 food or so. So I'm going to keep everybody moving along at a pretty good pace, I think. All right, we'll go ahead and repair that nest. Azula, you can come over here and keep an eye on the babies. All right, good. Shadow, you can wait for just a second. Shadow, good job! I'm so proud of you. He's found another nest. Maybe Azula can go over there and we're definitely spreading towards the jungle area, despite me saying that we would focus over on the flower area. All right, so according to my notes, Ruki mixed with Azik should produce a pretty good chance at the genetics we're going for. And according to my notes, which could be wrong, depending on how the genes are weighted, Yelena mixed with, let's see, Taurus should hopefully produce a pretty good mix. So let's go ahead and see if we're going to have any luck with that. We've got some new babies incoming. All of my fingers are crossed. Oh gosh, that was a lot of drama that just happened. Look at him! Roro! Wow! Alright, Roro is an armored-bodied creature with hammertail. And then over here, oh, unfortunately, we didn't get lucky enough. Taruvan, he's got inactive on both of the traits that we were really going after. But Roro is a pretty good bet. And Roro and Dazila can't exactly become the best of mates, but we're getting closer. So I think what we may do is when Roro and Dazila and all the others grow up, we may move them off the island depending on how far we've gotten. So we're gonna have little Rain step this way. Yelena, maybe my estimates for Yelena and Taurus were really off. I need a female with hammertail. That's 100% what I need, because Alik has hammertail. Let's see, Ruki, I don't think Yelena and Alik could try having a child, but no, they wouldn't have armored body. I swear, I spent forever on these notes, and they could be wrong, but they're usually pretty reliable. All right, so let's see. Dazila, we'll scooch you over here. You can help out with that. I kind of want to move on to the next island, but I know we'll probably be better off if I gather up some resources. No! My little guy got killed. How could you? Oh my gosh. Bata, like, angrily finished. All right, let's go ahead and we'll heal her. Oh, the poor guy. He ended up dying to a predator. So Bata, I hope that if we can get enough creatures away from this healing plant, then she can get from the healing plant and heal up. All right, and Zokir, we'll send him off to explore and gather. Tata has this covered. He's also kind of exploring and gathering. Janeway can come over here and start exploring and gathering. So this is the locust phase, and I think this is going to be kind of a Ukir Tribe specialty. When it is time to get ready to leave an island, they just start mercilessly collecting from it. Every scrap they can, everything that they can gather, every grass, every bit of bush, every bunny. They just think that they're kind of entitled to it because they're from an armored-bodied line who can just kind of hard-head their way in any situation. Alright, so we're going to just continue gathering the food really quickly. I guess I'll give my, like, oh so carefully charted, oh so careful notes mixes of... Oh, there was a whole berry bush there the whole time! Oh my gosh! I'll give my carefully mixed together couples another chance really quickly with their babies, since we have enough nests to go around. Alik, who would be the best? Apparently he and Ruki are okay, but they're not the best set. So Ruki, we're gonna have you try again. Can I scooch her into this nest in time? I think I can, but I don't want to leave the babies exposed. So I think we're about to have a lot of nest. No, Ruki, you weren't supposed to move again. Okay, I guess she wanted to be near the berries. She's a practical kind of creature. All right, so Azik is going to keep an eye on his children. Oh wait, there's a root. All right, and he'll dig up some roots to help out. And then Taurus, I'll have you scooch over here. And Yelena will scooch in here, and we'll try once more just to see what happens there. All right, and Dracino can scoot over here and dig up that root. There we go. Okay, he got 2 roots from that. All right, and Azula. So Azula mixed with Azik might give us some good results, apparently. But I don't know about that. Oh, it might give us the hammertail. I will take that, actually. I will totally take that. Azula, can you... Okay, yes, all right, she made it. She made it. So Zeke and Azula, we might finally end up with the hammertail female, and I would just be ridiculously excited. All right, and Alik? What to do with you, because nobody has any time to waste. I'll move him over to this side of things and have him be clearing away these grasses. Like I said, it is locust phase, locust time. We are going to be descending upon this island and just taking everything we can from it. All right, can we smell or hear? It's really funny to me how you hear the clamshells. You don't smell them, you hear them. Oh, and there's a bunny nearby. Anakin, don't drown. All right, and we'll gather up the nut. There we go. And then we'll kick the tree. Oh my gosh, this tree. Do the trees lose the amount of nuts that they can give you after a while? Like, does that decrease? Oh, and see, I forgot that Zuko, that's why he's exploring. He can't even gather those berries. All right, you guys. Okay, so I know we're still a little bit scatterbrained, but I think we're working on things pretty well. We need to be careful not to exceed the number of members in our tribe to the point where we're not gaining on food. But I think this next generation is definitely going to help out. And we've got a lot of pregnant bellies going on. So I'm really, really hopeful that all of the little pregnancies we have happening will pan out to result in some pretty powerful creatures. I'm already very excited about the fact that Taurus and so many like him with full armored body and recessive hammertail exist. And I have to admit, I'm really fond of Anakin. I kind of want Anakin, because he's such a direct descendant of Anka, his mother, to possibly have a child and to possibly see what kind of baby that could be. But I need some more females. I need some more females with armor body and that beautiful hammertail in order to do that. So we've got 3 females on the nest. Let's go ahead and see what this last batch of babies is going to be. Oh boy. Oh my. Whoa! So pretty! So pretty! Rila, look at you! Oh my gosh, you're gorgeous! I'm in love with you! Oh, holy moly! What am I gonna name you? Oh my gosh, I don't even know what to name her. She's so pretty. Oh my goodness. Okay. Let's see. Let's come down here. Let's go with, we're going to go with Priya. Let's see. Let's go with, Prina. And oh my gosh, she's just so pretty. I really love her. Look at her. Oh my gosh. Unfortunately, she didn't get any of the hammertail. How did you? Who's your father again? Wasn't it Zeke? Who knows? But somehow she didn't get any hammertail at all, but she's absolutely beautiful. I have to keep her forever. And she's fully armored bodied, which really is our main focus. Then over here, we have another armored bodied female with recessive hammertail. I'm beginning to think this is going to be the next generation we send with armored body and recessive hammertail, even if they don't have the traits displayed the way we were hoping, because I really want to get to move on to the next island. And then we've got, let's see, this guy is going to be Ukir, and he is unfortunately not lined up in any way we were hoping for. So yeah, Azula, it didn't look like we got what we needed. Zeke, you were supposed to throw a whole bunch of kids that definitely had hammertail. Maybe we'll look out. I don't think we have dominant hammertail just yet, so maybe Alik would be better. We'll have to see. And then we're gonna rename this little girl too, and we're gonna name her Komi, because that's a really pretty name. There we go. I love your guys' names list. All right, so, you know, guys, I am feeling really antsy and restless. I want to be able to move on to the next island. We're getting to the point where the creature level is a little bit unmanageable. So I think what we may do is I will focus on being locusts. Haha, that kind of rhymes. And we will start plucking out the creatures who have full armored body, so they're 100% armored bodied, and who have hammertail recessive, and then 1 or 2 others. And we'll take them to the jungle, and then we will continue moving from the jungle to a snowport. Oh my gosh, slime rancher, still on the brain. And once we do that, then we'll settle in and try to continue the breeding. But I think right now our first and only goal will really be just making sure that every single creature, with maybe one exception, who goes across to the jungle area is going to be fully armored bodied. And we'll just start from there and move on and see what we end up with. But I think I'd rather do that than explore the island in full, because these creatures are just so nomadic and so ready to really scooch and discover something new. All right, somebody had a mutation. You, my dear? Yes, normal hind legs, not webbed hind legs. But all right, wow, lots of pretty babies. Lots of very pretty babies. I'm very excited to see where some of these little ones grow and what they turn into, because holy moly, Preena. Gosh, she's just so beautiful. Panda pattern is just popping up totally unexpectedly lately. But all right, thank you guys so much. I know I'm kind of just all over the place. Oh, and there's another dead koi fish for Tria to collect. But it's just because the tribe has gotten so large. And in the future, I think I'm going to be super strict when we're not just resource collecting on a nice island like this about our 20 member cutoff. I think that's a pretty smart thing to do. But all right, so I'm going to try to get everybody sorted. And in the next, my goal is probably 2 episodes. We're going to move on to the jungle island and see what we manage to send all of these young little ones off into there. So I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.